Hello guys, good afternoon. Let the other people join the session so that we can start. Let's wait for few minutes. After that, we'll start the session. Yes, good afternoon everyone. Hello guys, only few people have joined today. I think only the 60 members have joined. So let's wait for 5 more minutes and see if the people are joining or not. Or else let's continue with the topics, okay? Let's wait for 5 more minutes. Good afternoon guys. We'll just wait for 5 minutes and we'll continue the session, okay? So guys, in the meantime, yesterday I have completed the screen flow, right? And I think I have completed the record triggered flow also. I'm not sure, but let me know, guys. Have we completed the record triggered flow or only with screen flow? Guys, have we completed the record triggered flow also yesterday? Yes, right. So only people have completed the flow. Yes, guys, good afternoon. Just let me know how many floors I have completed yesterday. The only the screen flow I have just completed, or we went through the record triggered flow. Please let me know, guys. Have we completed the s- only screen flow, or we gone through the record triggered flow or not? ScreenFlow is used to collect user data and make decisions based on data. We don't make decisions based on data, guys. If you want to create records based on that data, you can create, or else you want to use screens to guide the user for any particular action. You will be using the screen flow. But making decisions based on the collected user input is not done by using by screen flow. You generally use screen flow to guide the users, or taking the input of user and creating the records. For that purpose, we'll be using the screen flow. Okay, understood, Pranit? Guys, have you gone through the record triggered flow yesterday? It will be uploaded today, Pranit. Okay, it will be uploaded today. So no worries about recording session, guys. Okay. Screen share recording. Uh, okay, guys, let's start the session from record triggered flows today. Okay. We'll complete the record triggered flow and the two kinds of flows also today, auto launched flow and scheduled flow. I think I have done with this, right? Ranjan, yesterday I have done with record triggered flow or not? Yes, right. So, guys, answer the question uh, when we can use the after triggers and when we can use the before triggers. Guys, when we can use the after triggers? Once again, tell question. Okay, when we can use after triggers and when we can use before triggers. At what scenarios we'll use after triggers and at what scenarios we'll use before triggers. Understand the question? Before triggers are used to modify data or validate data records to the database, while the after triggers are used to access data that has already been saved and to perform actions on other records. Yes, before triggers is for updating records, after triggers is for creating and deleting. Not exactly, Pranit. Not exactly, but what Premchand told was correct. Okay. Whenever we want to perform our operations on different records regarding this information, we'll go with the after triggers. Answer. Yes, Premchand, what you said is correct. After triggers are used for accessing the data, like when we want to access the system information, system generated feeds. Those can't be edited at the time of creation, right? So after creation, at the time of updation, we can access those fields and then we can update, we can use the after triggers there. Okay, after insert triggers there. And also when we want to work with the related records, we can go with the after triggers. And when we are performing operations on single records, we'll go with the before triggers. Okay, so let's quickly go for the next type of flows, auto launched flow and scheduled triggered flow. Okay, auto launched flow means if we don't want any, like it doesn't want the trigger to happen, it will be called by other automation processes like Apex or Process Builder. We are not using Process Builder for now because it is no more, it is not using because it is deprecating soon, guys. Okay, we're mostly using the flows, and also we can call this auto launched flow using a record triggered flow. Okay, we can call this from using Apex and other automation tools like Apex and Flows. It doesn't need any user interaction or any triggers on records. Okay, so there is a use case here. An approval process uses an auto launched flow to send documents to DocuSign after approval. So see guys, when we will use these kind of auto launched flows, it means when we want to perform the same logic again and again, what you will do then? If you want to perform the same logic again and again for different times, like for when you want to perform a same logic within a within a day, you want to perform that 20 or 30 times. What you will do? You should automate it, right? You will be automating that. So you are not going to sit and write all the code over there, right? The same code you are not writing twice, correct? So what you are doing instead, you'll be writing all the code in a method and that method will be called whenever you want, right? So Same like that, we'll use auto launched flow also. We'll be putting all our logic in that auto launched flow, and whenever we want that logic to be performed, that logic to be executed, we'll be calling this auto launched flow from record triggered flow or apex. Okay, whenever we want that particular logic to be performed. Understood? So there are some key features here. Must be invoked by something. Something in the sense apex or another flow. Okay, it must be invoked, guys. Must invoked in the sense it must be called by something else. Something else. Anyone please send any information regarding Telegram? So, uh, invoking in the sense calling by some other something here, other automation tools. Okay, either it may be Apex or another flow. Okay, and there are no screens here. In this auto launched flow, we are not using screens anymore. Okay, we are not guiding the users via screens. We are not using screens, and it is a good for reusable logic. As I said earlier, if there is a reusable logic, like if you are using that logic many times in your code, so what you will do? You will be keeping that particular logic in a method, and you will be calling that method again and again when you need it. Okay. So same like that, you will be using the auto launch flow. Whatever the logic you want to perform many times in your scenario, you'll be keeping that in a auto launched flow, and that auto launched flow will be called via Apex or another flow. Okay. So let's go to the scheduled flow. In Salesforce, schedule triggered flow is an automation tool that allows you to automate business process by defining a flow to be executed on a specific schedule. So see, we can even define that how when the flow should be executed, at what time the flow should be executed, and also not only at what time it should be executed, and also we can predetermine the recurring basis also. So it should be done weekly, daily, or monthly basis. Okay, we should also determine that. Okay, and it combines the power of Salesforce flow with the time-based triggers to perform actions at predetermined times. So it always uses the Salesforce flows with time-based triggers, guys. Okay, for performing the predetermined times. Predetermined times in the sense we are determining when to execute this flow, right? We are determining when we are creating the flow. If we want to execute this particular flow at 12 a.m. every day, and we are writing now, what is the time now? So we are creating the flow at 2:30 a.m. Sorry, 2:30 p.m. And we wanted that flow to be executed every day 12 a.m. Right? So we'll be defining we will be defining the times whenever we have created the flows. So these are called predetermined times. Okay. So with scheduled triggered flows, you can define a flow to run at a specific time. As I said earlier, you can even choose the specific time to run that flow. Okay. Or on a recurring basis. Recurring basis in the sense either it needs to run daily or weekly or monthly. Okay. This feature is particularly useful for automating repetitive tasks. So this scheduled flow will be used to automate the repetitive tasks. And also if there are any data updates, we can do that, or any notifications need to be sent. So for notifications, let's take an example, guys. Let's consider that two of you people have completed your mobile balance today. Okay. So two of you have completed your mobile balance today, and you both are having a same kind of SIM. Let's take Airtel or Jio. Okay, both are having the same kind of SIM, and you both have completed your mobile balance today. So what happens is, whenever you like whenever the people of Airtel wanted to send a message to you, send an email via it is a email message, or it may be a normal text message. When it will be coming, like when it is scheduled, you'll be getting a message, right? So for you both people, it is not getting for one person at one time and for the second person at another time. Okay, they will be scheduling for you people same time. And if you observe, you get you'll get the notification about uh, mobile completion at the same time for different members. Okay, which link, Ishwari? Which link you are not able to open? Purandeshwari, are you there? Okay, guys. So schedule triggered flow use it for these kind of purposes. Okay. So the use case, there is a use case here, guys. Every night at PM, check which users have accounts marked as freeze on today. Okay. So we'll be checking the account users. We'll be checking the Salesforce users. Uh, is there any user freezed on today or not? If he is freezed, we'll be automatically deactivating that users. Okay, this is the use case, and it will be run every night at 12 a.m. So it is running on a daily basis. Okay, there are some key features here, guys, based on date or time, and ideal for batch updates or delayed actions. It will be ideal for batch updates, guys. Whenever we want to perform operations on a bulk records, this will be helpful. The schedule flow will be very helpful. Okay, or also if there are any delayed actions, you can do that using the scheduled flow. And also don't doesn't need user input, so user need not to give any kind of inputs here. Okay, so it is not an user interaction flow, and also it will be running in a background. Okay, for scheduling a flow there will be a cron expression. Let me explain you that, guys. Let's go for Apex scheduler here. Actually, this cron expression will be used when it comes to Apex, guys. So no need for now. What you have to do in a Salesforce flows is you just need to schedule that by using your flow. Okay, just search for flows here. Go to flows by searching on quick find box. Click on new flow. Let's not create a flow, guys, but we'll just see what happens in that schedule triggered flow and all. Okay, open open schedule triggered flow. It is not even opening, guys. Okay, wait. Let's take schedule and click on schedule triggered flow. See, you'll be having the UI schedule triggered flow like this. You can set schedule here. So what is the start date and start time? So see, we'll be putting tomorrow as a start date and time as a 12:30 a.m. Okay. So see frequency here. It is a once, like if you select once, it will be running only once at your particular selected time. Okay. If you select daily, it will be running daily at 12:30 a.m. Okay. So if you select weekly, it will be running at 12:30 a.m. every week. Okay. So this is about setting a schedule. So choose object and filter condition. So we can choose objects here for logical purpose. If you want any logics to have to be happen here, you can see this is the triggering object, and if you set any field conditions, like just keep none for this, run flow for all accounts. So you are running this flow for all accounts. So what we are doing is we are creating a contact record for every account record, right? So relating that contact account record to contact, correct? So we are performing that operation whenever we need it. So we are writing that. So we are creating that flow that many times. So to avoid the creation of flow these many times, we'll be using this schedule triggered flow. Okay. So here by clicking on place, you can create a contact records for for all accounts which are coming over here. Okay. Which are coming over here into the auto launched flow. You people can create a contact record over here by clicking on place and adding create records element. Okay, so this is the example for schedule triggered flow, guys. I'm not creating this flow because there are many flows in my org, and it is the developer console is bit slower if I create many flows and activated those, because it is becoming a very slow, guys. So I'm not able to save the class also. Okay, now let's see. So understand, guys, what is auto launch flow and what is schedule triggered flow. Give me a minute, guys. Let me know if you guys have understood or not. Okay, please let me know, guys. Guys, are you there? Can anyone answer this question? Why we are using auto launch flows? Have you understood all? Guys, respond, guys. Are you guys understood or not? Okay. So, can anyone explain me that why we are using auto launched flows? Why we are using auto launched flows? Can anyone tell? So, guys, you have understood, right? What is this auto launched and schedule triggered flows? So, we are done with flows, guys. Runs automatically in the background. So, how it will be running, guys? How it will be running, Kaushik. We are calling by by something, or it is running automatically. In the background without input, without user input, triggers like Apex code. Okay, so it will be called via Apex code or another flow. Okay, whenever we call that, it will be running automatically in the background. Okay, so is there any specifications to like why it is used? Okay, it will be running without user interaction, and also there is a some kind of very specific kind of thing, guys. Why we are using this auto launched flows? Can anyone tell that? Okay, no screens are there. No, guys. It is a reusable. Whenever we want to use, like whenever we want to write some logic that is reused in our Salesforce org. So whenever we want to write a logic that is reused many times in our application, so those type of logics will be written in a auto launched flow, and it will be called via Apex or another flow. Okay. This is the main purpose of auto launched flow, and also not only that is the main purpose, it will be running in the background and called by Apex or record triggered flows. Okay, to automate business process behind the screens without requiring any user interactions. Yes, good. Okay, guys. I think you people have understood what all flows are. Okay, so we are done with the flows concept, guys. Now let's move to the another topic. Okay, so this there is a order of execution here. Let's see how the order of execution will be worked, and after that we'll be going into the apex part. Okay, so if it is possible, after execution there are some concepts that we have not covered here. So at this time of order of execution, we'll be covering those topics, okay? And like validation rules and all. I think I have covered the duplicate rules. and there are custom validation rules and how to create these validation rules and all. I'll be explaining you guys. Okay, I think we are lagging on only with the validation rules, not more than that. Okay, so I'll be explaining these validation rules and the Salesforce order of execution in Salesforce today. Okay. Are you having any doubts on flows? Hmm? To automate business process without using the Okay, now let's go with the order of execution, guys. And in the part of order of execution, we'll be completing some topics that we have not covered earlier. Okay. In the order of execution, Salesforce executes first the system validation rules. Okay. System validation rules in the sense the mandatory fields. For example, let's take an account record. Account name is the mandatory field. And in the contact record, the contact's last name is the mandatory field. Okay. And the format of the fields, format in the sense email formats or mobile number formats, these kind of system validation rules, not the validation rules that we have created, guys, but the system generated validation rules will be executed first. Okay, because whenever we are creating Salesforce records, is the first thing is entering the data. Correct. The first thing is entering the data. Whenever we are in, can you zoom into the table? It's blurry. Okay, okay. I'll zoom. Is that okay, Praneet? Now? Okay. So first, it will be executing the system generated validation rules. So whenever we are creating a records in Salesforce, first it will validate the data, right? If you don't give the account name and click on save, what it will happen? It will be showing an error message like account name is required, right? So like that, it is the first validations. Okay. So it is the first triggering events, and it will be the first execution will be done at the system validation rules, mandatory fields, formats, and lengths, if any. Okay. And after that validation rules, it will execute all the before triggers. Before triggers in the sense, not only triggers, guys, not only triggers that are written in the Apex language, and also the before triggers that we have performed using the flows also. Okay, the before triggers we have performed using flows, those are also the before triggers. Okay, and see, after that before triggers we'll be executing the custom validation rules. So before saving the record, you guys will be first you observe, guys. Let me show you. See, I have a phone number. I have a phone validation for account record. Let me click on new. Let me save this. See what you are getting first. Account name. This is the standard field, and also the standard system generated validation rule. Okay, phone I have validation for phone number also, but it was not firing now. Okay, it will fire when it has to be fired. Okay, so let me give any of the account name, and click on save. Now see what happens. Phone number is missing. So we are getting the phone number error after the account name. So what it is giving, like, what is the first priority for validation? The system generated validation. And after then, the flows, like before triggers. Okay. So before triggers, in the sense, I have kept this phone validation using flows, guys. Okay, not the validation rules, using flows. Okay, so that will be triggering next. And let's go for the object manager, and let's go for the account object. If there are any, let's check for if there are any validation rules, and we'll make one validation rule active, and let's see what happens now. Okay. Okay, go to account object. You guys no need, because you have not created any validation rules, right? So account number length should be 7. So edit this, and I will be activating this validation rule and clicking on save. Now let's go and create another account first, which with account without account name. Click on new, click on save. See what is happening here. So account number, there is a validation for account number and phone number field also, right? But they are not firing now. The system generated validation rule for account name is firing now. Okay, give any of the name and click on save. Now see what happens. The error for only phone number is getting now. So only the phone number validation is firing. So from where we have kept that validation? From before triggers, in the sense, I have used flows for that. Okay, I have used flows and kept the validation for phone number field. Let me enter the phone number, guys. Okay, I have entered the phone number, and let me click on save. Now see what happens. Account number length should be 7. Okay, this is my third validation, which is validated using validation rules. Okay, now let's move on to the PPT. See, the first priority is system validation rules, that is account name. Okay, the second priority is before triggers. I have used flows for before triggers and validated the phone number field. So what is my next field? Phone number, right? And that was the second priority. And the third priority is executing custom validation rules. So I have created the custom validation rule here. Account number length should be 7. It was filed at the third time, correct? After the phone number field. So this way it's custom validation rules will be executed after the before triggers. Now we have seen that practically, right? This is our third priority while executing the validation rules. Okay. So have any doubts, guys? Understood how these validation rules are worked? How this order of execution is working? Guys, have you understood how how these validation rules are working, and how order of execution is working? Guys, have you understood or not? Okay. So let's move to the validations. How to write the validations in Salesforce. Okay. Let's go to the validations. How to perform validations in Salesforce. And now let's create another validation to check the phone number length. Okay. Mobile number length must be 10. Right. So click on new. Um, Phone number check. Guys, you parallelly do with me, guys. You parallelly give the names and all. Okay. Parallelly follow me, and also practical scenarios also you do parallelly. Okay. So see, for inserting formula, see we have to what we have to do. We have to check the length of the phone number. So phone number length must be 10, not exceeded by 10, and also not less than 10, right? So it must be equals to 10. Okay, so let's do that. So go here, search for length, guys. Okay, you'll be getting len. Insert selected function. So insert this in the place of text. You have to keep your field. Okay, for entering your field name, click on insert field. In account, the mobile number field is the phone field is account phone, I guess, right? Or else search for phone here. See, you'll be getting the phone field. Click on insert. So length of phone equals to 10. So this is the correct formula, right? In this formula, expression is true. Display the text defined in the error message area. Okay. So what we are doing now, length of phone number must be equals to 10. That we are saying. But when this validation should find, whenever the length of phone number is not equals to 10. So whenever the length of phone is not equals to 10, we want this message to be populated. Okay, phone number must have 10 digits. Okay, whenever we are not having the length equals to 10, so at that time we want this error message to be populated. Okay, whenever you want to use functions like is new, is case, begins, blank value, whenever you need to use these type of functions, you can use. See here, there are categories also. Whenever you want date and time, you'll be getting only the functions related to that date and time. And whenever you want logical, you'll be getting the logical functions only. Whenever you want math, you'll be getting the math functions. Your text, you'll be getting the text logics. So like text functions. When it goes to advanced, you will be getting is, change, regex, and VLOOKUP, these kind of functions. Okay. And see, length of phone. Whenever the length of phone is not equal to 10, you must get the error message that phone number must have 10 digits. Okay. Now click on save. So it is saved, right? Now let's go to account object. Let's go to account object and once again click on new button. So click on save. Now see account name. So this is the standard object. So standard validation. So system generated validation, right? Let's give any name and click on save again. Now see what happens. Phone number is missing. So we are having the validation that phone number length must be equals to 10 also, right? We are having that validation too, but we are not getting that validation now. Let's see when it will be getting. So see, first account number length should be 7. This error is coming, and after that phone number must have 10 digits. This error is coming, right? So let's click on save. There are 10 numbers per phone number. Just click on save. Now see what is happening. It is asking only for account number length should be 7. Okay. Now just create account, give account number and click on save. See what happening. Account is created, right? So all the validation rules have been processed. Okay. And this is all about validation rules, guys. And after that, it will be executing the duplicate rules. Okay. It will be executing the duplicate rules. These duplicate rules will be having only for the account and contact, lead, and these kind of objects. Okay. These kind of person objects. And after executes this duplicate rules, do you have any idea about duplicate management, duplicate rules? Which formula field we used? ABC logic. Burle, I did not get you. Can you please explain me what you are saying? When phone number only 10 digits, which formula field we need to use? We can go with the length function, guys. Whenever we want to calculate the digits of phone number, we can go with the length function. But what is this ABC logic you are telling about? Can I know that? ABC formula field. Acha, you are saying about creating a formula field, and with in that you are checking the length is 10 digits or not. From that formula field, you are validating your phone number. Correct? Are you saying about that? So, see, what happens here is if you create your formula field and uh, validate that your phone number have 10 digits or not, uh, or else creating a validation rule that checking for the length is 10 or not. Both are same, guys. And creating formula field is field increases the number of fields that you are creating per object, right? So validation rules, you can create validation rule instead of formula field, or else you can use formula field also. That's not a problem. Okay. You can have many approaches, guys. Not only the single, like, single approach is correct. This is not fair in the programming. Okay. You can use the approach what do you like, but ultimately you should get the answer. Okay. So you can use formula field also. Well tried, Burli. It's nice. Okay. After this execution of validation rules, you will be executing the duplicate rules. Whatever the duplicate rules are there in your Salesforce system, those duplicate rules will be executed. I think you people might aware of the duplicate rules. I have shown you while creating the contacts or leads. I don't remember, but for email field, and phone number field, I have shown you the duplicate management, duplicate rules. So we can't miss our account classes. So we will watch sections that's in Telegram. Okay, Sharfan. That's not my call. I don't know whether the attendance is calculated if you see on recording sessions or not. Okay, I'm not sure about your attendance, but you can. You are listening from the recording sessions, and you're if you are practicing and you are getting knowledge, that's fine. That's not a big problem. Okay, but calculate calculation of attendance is not my call, and I don't know whether you will get the attendance or not. Okay, or else you just request for I have sent you an email ID, right? So you just request our team members to change the session timings. Okay, if possible, ask them to change the session timings. Then you people will be you people can join the session. Okay, gradually the session, gradually the people are decreasing, guys. Okay, I think that might be about because of your college timings. The gradually people are decreasing and the interaction is missing among people. Okay, so for that sake, if it is possible, you just ask our team to reschedule this session. Okay, if possible, they'll do, or otherwise, it will be continuing like this only. You just want to go through with that. Okay. Okay. Any queries other than that, like not only that issue, if you have any queries, you can message them. Okay, you can just mail them. It was coming. Wait, guys. Okay, okay, sure, then. That's fine. Any other queries, guys? Okay, then let's move to the order of execution. So see, after this duplicate rules, will be it will be seeing further. It will be executing the auto response rules. Auto response rules in the sense, whenever the lead is generated. So wait for a moment, guys. Wait for a moment. Okay, we created a duplicate record or report or any other or any object. We use duplicate record. We can use duplicate rules for lead object or contact object, guys. Okay. If you go and check for duplicate management, if you go and search for duplicate rules in Salesforce setup, you'll be getting that duplicate rules, and you'll be getting the objects after selecting the new duplicate rule. Okay. For those objects only you can create a duplicate rules, not for every object. Okay, you can create a duplicate and matching rules only for some objects. Okay, contact, lead, and those kind of objects, guys. Okay, and see, after there will be a execution of auto response rules. Auto response rules in the sense, see, guys, if you have created, like, if you have registered for a webinar, let's take an example. For example, you guys are there and you have registered for this internship, right? You have registered for this internship, correct? After registration, do you get any mail? After registration, you people got an email that you have successfully registered for this virtual internship program kind of things. You got any mail such kind of? Okay, guys. So go to setup, search for auto response rules. There will be lead auto response rules and case auto response rules. The customers, like, the people who are generating, like, the people who will be registering to our webinars. Registering to our webinars are called leads, guys. Okay. So whenever the people registered using our webinar link to our virtual internship program, those will be called as leads in our Salesforce system. Okay. We'll be generating auto response rules for them. What we'll be doing here is, whenever the lead is generated in our Salesforce org, we'll be sending an email to them that your account, like, your information has been successfully stored with us, and we'll be contacting you in a short time. Okay, so these kind of emails will be sent via or will be sent automatically. Okay, for that we'll be creating a email templates, guys. Whenever we go through that email configurations, we'll be selecting. We'll be. I'll be teaching you that about email templates. See, whenever the lead source equals web. See, whenever the lead source is coming from web application, like whenever he filled our form and came into our Salesforce, we'll be sending an email address. Okay, from email address is this one, my org email address, and it will be sending an email to that person. Okay, this is the email template. Let me open this. See what we are saying. Hi, lead name. Lead name in the sense the name of that person. Okay, thank you for contacting us at healthcare provider Health First Clinic. So this is for certain application, and we have received your inquiry, and one of our representatives will get back to you within next 24 hours. So we are saying that your information has been stored with us successfully, and we'll be working on it. Our team will be working on it, and they'll be getting back to you within 24 hours. We are saying that. Okay, that will be automatically sent to the users. Okay, and also same case auto response rules. Whenever the customer raises an issue, okay, whenever the customer raises an issue, we'll be saying to that customer, sending an email that your issue, see, case origin equals email or case origin equals web. Okay, either it may be via web application form, or either it may be via email. See, for example, I have given you email address, right, for raising an issue. You have an issue that your colleges have been started, and you are not getting time to listen to this class, right? So you have raised your issue to me. So what I have said you, so I have given you an email address, and raise your issue to this email address. They'll get you a support. So I have said you that, I have told you that. Okay. So after I gave you the email address, you will be contacting with them via email. Correct. So the case will be sent via email. So you'll be getting an email. You'll be getting an email telling that. Let me open this email template. So dear case name. So case name in the sense, you'll be getting the case number actually. The case number, the case which is assigned to that is assigned to that lead. So his name will be coming here. And thank you for reaching out to us. We wanted to let you know that your service request has been successfully created in our system. So the service request is created. This is the case number. This is the date created. And our team is currently reviewing your request. and will be in touch with you shortly to provide the necessary assistance. So if you have any additional information or questions regarding your case, feel free to reply to this mail or contact our support team directly. So they'll be giving an email ID over here, and that is the information they are sending you. Correct? So, if you sent a mail for them for that email address, guys, what happens is you will be your case will be stored in a records. Okay, and the people will work on it. If it is possible, they'll reschedule your meetings. So they'll reschedule your timings, and if it is not possible, they'll put a mail for you. Okay, so this is your so and so request, and this is not possible because of this kind of issues and all. So you have to join at that peak timings only. So they'll be convincing you to join at that time only. Okay, so like that they'll be putting an email. Okay, these are called auto response rules, guys. Okay, the responses will be sent automatically via an email template. Okay, and see, after auto response rules, the assignments rules will be executed. Assignment rules, in the sense, I have already told you guys, whenever the case is created. So I have explained you what are assignment rules. Whenever the lead is generated into our Salesforce, that lead will be assigned to a particular person as a owner, right? So he is the responsible for that lead to be converted and to purchase our products from our organization. Correct? So he is the major responsible person. Okay. So guys, wait for a second. So after executing the duplicate rules, first the record will be saved to the database, guys. It will be saved to the database, but it doesn't can't commit. Okay, it will don't commit. It will just save to the database, and after that it will execute the after triggers. If there are any related records to be created, it will do that. After that creation of related records, the assignment rules will be executed. Okay, this record should be assigned to some particular user or not. These kind of assignment rules will be executed. After assignment rules, the execution of auto response rules will be done. Okay. After execution of auto response rules will be done. After that execution of auto response rules, execution of workflow rules. If there are any workflow rules, that will be executed. And after that, if there are any process builders and flows, if there are any process builder, that will be executed. And now flows are there now. So people are not using workflows and process builder, guys, mainly focusing on flows. Okay, that flows will be executed. So after flows, escalation rules. See, whenever the case is created, it will be assigned to a particular person and given some time. Okay, in this time you have to complete this case and you have to resolve this case. So these kind of instructions will be given to the case owner. What happens if he can't resolve at that peak time? It will be escalated to the higher manager. Okay, the manager will be notified that so and so case is assigned to that particular person. He is not able to resolve that case, and the customer is waiting for the request. The customer is waiting for the response for their case and the issues he has raised. So in this way, the mail will be sent to the higher manager. That is called escalation rules. Okay, it will be executing the escalation rules. After, if there are any entitlement rules, it will be executed. Entitlements, in the sense, for escalation rules only, these both are linked, guys. Entitlements will be used for the escalation rules only. Okay, if there are any, that will be executed. After that, if there are any roll-up summary fields to be updated in that records, that will be done. Okay, roll-up summary fields will be updated, and after execute criteria-based sharing rules. Now comes to the security part. If there are any criteria-based sharing rules, that will be executed, and commit DML operations to database. Now the record will be committed to the database. After committed to the database, if there is any post commit logics, like after committing to the database, if there are any post coming committed logics, like sending an email to that person that this so and so record has been created, so if they want this mail to be sent, so that post logics will be executed at last. Okay, understood, guys? Order of execution, what will be executed first and what will be executed next. So these kind of uh, like this, the order of execution will be executed. Understood? Guys, have you understood? Have you understood the order of execution or not? Guys, please let me know that you have understood or not. Guys, anybody please respond that you have understood or not, so that I can start the next concept. So if you guys are not responding to this, I'm not going forward, guys. I'm not moving forward. I'll be sitting calm. Just respond, guys. Have you understood or not? If you are not understanding, I'll explain. Okay. So everyone have understood, right? Guys, are you guys are involving any other sessions other than Salesforce? Why you are so busy at the session timings, not even responding for the questions that you have understood or not? Okay, guys, let's move to the next topic then. If you guys are having, if you guys are not having any questions, so this is about flows and execution part, order of execution. Now let's move to the Apex concepts. Okay. So do you guys know what is Apex and why we'll be using that? Do you have any idea about Apex programming? Do you have any idea, guys? No. Okay. Okay guys, let me explain you what is Apex language and why we'll be using the Apex programming language. Yes, Monica, that's correct. It will be like a Java programming only. Okay, it will be like a Java programming. That it's like extension to Java. Not extension to Java, Pranit. It is not extension to, but it is like syntax will be like a Java programming. If you know, if you know how to write Java program, you'll be knowing the Apex programming syntax also. That's it. Not these two are not interlinked, guys. Okay, these two are not interlinked. Okay, so let's move forward to Apex programming language. Okay. So what is Apex programming language? Why we need to use Apex language in Salesforce? So these will be discussing today. Okay. So see, it is an object-oriented programming language, guys. If you are aware of Java, that is also an object-oriented programming language. Correct? It is also an object-oriented programming language. So, guys, what is the meaning of object-oriented programming language? What is the meaning of object-oriented programming language? Anyone know? It has relations, trees, etc. in it. No. Anyone knows what is object-oriented programming language? So see, guys, what is the object-oriented programming is like? It is the programming language that are built like there is a set of objects over there, and the total programming will be built around the concept of objects. Okay, concept of objects, that is known as object oriented programming language, which it will contains data and code that manipulates that data. It will be containing that data, right? So we'll be writing a code on that data to manipulate that data. Okay, so this is known as programming, like object oriented programming language. Understand? It will be running around the objects, guys. Objects and mainly objects and classes. Because of that, we named it as object oriented programming language. Understand? So it will support classes, interfaces, and inheritances. So, what are classes? The class is a what is class, guys? What is class? Nobody knows that. We call as a blueprint of an object. Okay, we call class is a blueprint of object. It is also a fundamental block of a object oriented programming, guys. Okay, it is also a fundamental block of object oriented blueprint of object. Class is a blueprint of object, and we call template as template of an object also. Okay, we call blueprint or template of an object. Okay, so after there is an interface. What is this interface? What is interface in Salesforce? So what is interface in Java? Let me know. What is the interface in Java? Does anybody know what is the interface in Java? Okay. Interface is nothing but it defines a set of methods, guys. It will be having already predefined set of methods. We need not to implement those methods, and we are just using that methods by implementing the particular interface. Okay, we need not to implement those methods anymore. Those are already pre-built methods in interfaces. If you want to use that methods, we are just implementing the interfaces with classes. Okay, our class must implement the interface to use that methods. Those are pre-built methods. Those are that is called interface. Okay, that is called interface. And inheritance, I guess you people know what inheritance is. Okay, does anybody know what is the inheritance is? Anybody know, guys? You. So inheritance means reusing something from other things. Yes, not reusing. It is acquiring properties from the parent objects. Like, let's take an example, guys. Uh, your father is there, and your father, your grandfather, and you. Okay, so your father got some assets from your grandfather, right? And owning that properties, correct? Your father is owning that properties, not exactly using. Your father is the owner of that property now, which are got which got from your grandfather, right? After that, you will be the owner of that property, right? After your father, you will be the owner of that property. So this is called inheritance, guys. Acquiring the properties from child, acquiring the properties from parent to child. So that we call it as inheritance. Okay. So it uses Java like syntax and acts like database stored processes. So it will be having, as I said earlier, it will be having a Java like syntax, guys. Okay. And it will be acting like a database stored procedures. So it will be storing the data, storing the Salesforce data. Okay. In the Salesforce database. Okay. It is strongly typed language. Guys, do you know what is strongly typed language? Do you know what is strongly typed language? Java is also strongly typed language, guys. You know what is strongly typed? So, okay, let me tell you. If what is strongly typed language means, if one where the data types of variables are The data type of variables will be strictly enforced, guys. Meaning of that enforcing strictly means the compiler or interpreter, whether the compiler or interpreter checks for the type compatibility, meaning it will be checking the data type correctly. So the user data type and the provided value data type, that those data types are matching or not. It will be checking the compatibility of the user data types during compilation time or runtime. Okay, if it is not compatible, like if it is not the same data types, it will be raising the errors. Okay, that will be raising the errors if it is not compatible. Okay, so strongly typed in the sense the data types which you are using and the using for the variables and the values which you are providing for that variables, both the data types should be same. Okay, if it is not same, that will be throwing an error at Java at runtime or compile time. Okay, you'll be getting an error at runtime or compile time. Okay, that is known as strongly typed language. Okay, and validates references to objects at compile time. If there are any references for objects, so if you have created any instances for that object, it will be validating at compile time, not runtime, guys. It will be validating at compile time. If you guys have any errors while creating these references and all object references, you'll be getting the errors at compile time, not at runtime. Okay, so after that it is integrated with the database. So Apex programming language is integrated with the database. Okay, so as it is integrated with the database, the records which we are creating in Salesforce using Apex programming language, that will be stored in the database, or by using Apex we can retrieve the information which is stored in the Salesforce database also. Okay, we can retrieve that information, retrieve that Salesforce records from the database. Same like SQL, will be using SOQL queries. Okay, that is Salesforce topics, guys. SQL we generally use for databases, and we'll use SOQL for Apex programming. Okay, so to retrieve the data, to retrieve the data from Salesforce database, we'll be using this SOQL query or SOSL query. Okay, there are two query languages in Salesforce. Those will be used to retrieve the records from Salesforce database. Okay, so that is about integrated with the database and provides direct access to records and their fields. See, Apex programming, what it will do is it will provide direct access to records and fields. We can retrieve the fields in particular object, or if you want to retrieve the object information, you can retrieve using Apex programming language. Okay, it will be providing you the direct access to the Salesforce objects and Salesforce fields. Okay, enable developers to add business logic to system events. So whenever the developer needs to add a business logic for system events, it will be allowing you to add the business logics. Okay, including button clicks, related record updates, and visual force pages. See, system events, we have events in triggers, guys. Before events, after events. Okay, trigger dot old, these are called context variables in triggers. So these will be enabled by the enable. So this will be permitted for the developers to write their business logic in this such kind of events. Okay, so they will be writing their business logic including button clicks also, not only even writing code, but also they can perform that using point and click. Okay, perform the business logic using flows. That is a declarative tool, right? Based on clicks, they can perform the business logic instead of writing whole code. Okay, so button clicks, related record updates. When you want to update the related records fields, you can update using Apex, or otherwise you can update using the flows. Okay, and Visual Force pages also, you can customize that using Apex programming language or flows. So one can call Apex code through web service request. See, if you want, guys, this is called integration, guys. Whenever you want, so whenever the other external system wants the information that is stored in our Salesforce org, they can be calling us via web services. Okay, if our Apex class, which was written by the developer, is exposed as a REST API or SOAP API, okay, if the Apex class is exposed as REST API or SOAP API, what we'll be doing is the external systems will be providing the external systems will make a call out for Salesforce that asking about the particular information that they need. Okay, so if it is really authorized with like if there is a permission to grant Salesforce record to that external system, we'll be granting permission and we'll be giving the records to them. Okay, understood, guys? In this way, integration will be working. I'll be explaining you about this integration and all. What is this web service request? What are these REST APIs and SOAP APIs? How to make a HTTP callouts and all. We'll be explaining at whenever we came into the integration concepts. Okay. So for now, we'll not go that much deeper into the Salesforce integration, guys. We'll go with the Apex language. After completion of Apex, we'll be going with the integrations and all. Okay. So then we'll be seeing how Salesforce will be integrated with the external systems and how can we make call out via Salesforce via Apex, and how can we retrieve the information from external systems, and how external systems can make callouts from Salesforce. Okay, so we'll be seeing all those topics at the integration concepts. Okay, for now we'll be going through the 1 second, guys. So for now, we'll be seeing only the Apex concepts. Okay, if you see this image over here, guys, you can understand how Apex will be working in a real time. See, this is the maximized size, I think. So see here, this is the developer. Developer is sending an Apex code which is uncompiled to the internet, to the Apex application server over internet. Okay, if you want to, if the developer want to send the applications, send the code, Apex code to the application server, we need the internet in between developer and application server, right? So through that internet, a developer sends an Apex class or trigger to the application server. Okay, now Apex compiler is there in that in this application server. It will compile your code. If there are no errors in your code, so if it is compiled successfully, it will be sending the compiled Apex code to the data storage. So in this data storage, your Apex class will be stored. Okay. In this Apex storage, your Apex class will be stored in this data storage. After storing this Apex class in your data storage, you will be sending this Apex class to the Apex runtime. Here, in the Apex runtime, your Apex code will be executed line by line. Okay, and after executing this line by line, the end user, what the end user will do, the developer, the code that have written by the developer is only used by the developer. The end user don't know what is the backend code written by the developer and all, right? So what is his job? He just simply send a request to the Apex runtime engine to provide some information. So whatever we are doing, we want to retrieve the information of accounts object. So when we want to retrieve the information of accounts object, what we'll do, we'll simply write the SOQL query. If I'm the end user, I don't know Salesforce and how to write the Salesforce code, Apex code. So what I'll do, I'll just ask for the end user will ask for the account records. So it will send a request for the Apex runtime engine. It will send an request for the application server, and application server will send a request to the data storage. In that data storage, there are account records and all. So from that data storage, your request has been processed and it will be sent to the Apex runtime engine, and that Apex runtime engine will be providing to the will be, end user. The result will be providing through the end user over internet. Okay. So in this format, he will be getting the records of accounts. Okay. This is the backend process involved in the Apex programming language. Understood? Understood. Understood, guys? This is the process. This is the backend process that is done in the Apex code. Is there any doubts regarding this? Is learning Apex something that's compulsory for Salesforce? See, Pranit, if you want to go with the development side, you must need to learn the Apex programming language, because doing integrations or going with the Salesforce Apex classes, if you need to do any automation other than flows, like flows do not support the complex logics, guys. Okay, if you want to perform any complex logics, you need to go with the Apex programming language only. So you can't do that with the flows. Okay, so learning Apex is mandatory, guys. It will be easy if you know the Java. It will be easy if you guys know how to write Java code and all. And compared to Java, Apex will be very easy, guys. Okay. You just need to build the logic. That's it. If you have logic, you can write code easily. You just work on logic building concepts, the code syntax and all. After you can write the code if you know the logic. Okay. So any doubts, guys? Any doubts regarding this Apex runtime engine and how this Apex will be executed? How this Apex code will be executed via runtime engine and via application server? How the errors will be compiled? Like how we'll be getting the compiled errors, how we'll be getting the runtime errors. Is there any doubts regarding those concepts? If you have any doubts, please let me know, guys. Okay. So this is all about introduction to Apex. Okay. So these are all features of Salesforce Apex, guys. These are all features of Apex. It is easy to use, and already we have discussed about strongly typed. What is strongly typed? We have discussed, right? So automatic upgrades. If there is any updates in Salesforce Apex, those will be automatically upgraded. We don't need to install any updated versions and all. Okay, and it is easy to test. See, guys, if you are using Apex, we'll be writing the test classes for Apex code. We'll be writing the test classes for Apex code. That will be easy to test, guys. The testing and maintenance environment, it will be very easy for via Salesforce Apex. Okay, multi-tenant environment. So I think you people are aware of this multi-tenant environment. Do you guys know what is multi-tenant environment? Is the Java multi-tenant environment or not? Java runs on multi-tenant environment or not? So okay, guys. So multi-tenant environment in the sense, uh, the Salesforce is using. So let's talk about our Salesforce orgs. Okay, the people who are in this call, there are 71 people. So you are all having the Salesforce orgs, meaning you are having 71 orgs each. So you are having one org each, and you are total 71 orgs. And I also have an org. So I'll be creating users in my org. Okay, I'll be creating users in my org, and they can also access to the Salesforce org, right? So this, in this way, Salesforce can be used among people. Okay, it can be used among people. So multiple people can use this Salesforce org, right? This is called multi-tenant environment and strong data integration. It's so if you want to integrate any external system with Salesforce, it will be using a strong integration methodologies, guys. Okay, and also Apex programming language is easy to use, guys. It is very easy compared to any other programming languages. Okay, so any doubts, guys? If you have any doubts, please let me know. I'll be clarifying you. And if you have no doubts, like if you are not having any doubts, let's wind up the session now. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's wind up the. Can we wind up the session now? If you have any such doubts, you can ask me, guys. Okay, okay, guys. So chalo. Okay, guys. Bye. Thanks for joining. Attendance. I don't know about attendance, guys. Whenever you have registered to this webinar, so whenever you have attended to this webinar, Joho will be capturing your attendance. It is automatic capturing. I don't know about that attendance and all. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, bye.